Lions are easily one of the most iconic of all living animals. They are well known for their strength, size, and intelligence, which allowed them to become the top predators of their habitat. Because of this, the lion is often viewed as a symbol of power and majesty, and has made an appearance in much of modern media. Lions are unique for their social behavior, and are the only truly social cats, as well as males having majestic manes. Today, these big cats live almost entirely in sub-Saharan Africa, with a population still persisting in India, specifically the Gir forest in Gujarat. However, in the past, lions were far more widespread, especially during the Pleistocene. During the Ice Age, the most common species was the cave lion, scientifically known as Panthera spelaea, which lived throughout Eurasia and even North America. They were 10% larger than today's lions, and were the dominant predators of their range, preying on reindeer, bison, woolly rhinos, and mammoths. These cats eventually made it to the New World after crossing the Beringian land bridge. Roughly 130,000 years ago, they, or a close relative, gave rise to a new species, Panthera atrox, the American lion. The American lion is probably the best known extinct cat, after the saber-toothed cat, Smilodon, due to its impressive size, strength, and high number of remains discovered. However, there's still quite a lot we don't know about this cat. For instance, we don't know whether they lived and hunted in prides like today's lions. They, along with the cave lion, are often thought to have been solitary, more like tigers, as remains are often found alone. However, simply because their modern relatives are social, it is likely that members of the cave lion lineage may have been social too, or at least hunted in pairs or smaller groups. This would make more sense due to the large number of megafaunal herbivores to hunt, as well as competition from predators such as the direwolf and saber-toothed cat, both of which were also gregarious. The biggest carnivore around would have been the North American giant short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, which was more than twice the size of the largest lions around, and was more than capable of chasing one away from its kill. The American lion was first known to science by a jawbone discovered in Mississippi in the 1830s. It was given the name Felis atrox, which translates to savage cat, which perfectly reflects this animal. However, as taxonomy advanced over time, it was then placed in the Panthera genus, along with the modern lion, tiger, jaguar, leopard, and snow leopard. There was some debate whether the American lion was a subspecies of today's lion, or a giant species of jaguar. As of recently, it has been treated as its own species, but closely related to living lions, and being a sister species to the cave lion. The American lion was widespread throughout North America, living as far north as Canada to as far south as Mexico, and possibly even further south. Because of this, they lived in a variety of different habitats, from grasslands and savannas to open woodland and forested biomes. This cat is perhaps best known for its size, as it was among the largest cats of all time, up there with the South American saber-toothed cat, Smilodon populator, and the mossback lion, Panthera fossilis. The American lion was 25% larger than today's lions, standing a shoulder height of 1.2 to 1.3 meters tall, and measuring 1.6 to 2.5 meters long, excluding the tail, which measured 0.5 to 0.8 meters. These lions were more sexually dimorphic than their modern relatives when it came to size, with males being 1.4 times larger than females. The average weight for males is estimated at 260 kilograms, or 570 pounds, while females weighed an average of 170 kilograms, or 390 pounds. This makes it around as big as large modern lions and tigers, but they are known to get larger than this. The maximum weight for males is estimated at 420 to 457 kilograms, or over 1,000 pounds, while females weighed between 200 to 365 kilograms, or 805 pounds. However, do take this with a grain of salt, as a study in 2009 estimated a weight of 351 kilograms, or 774 pounds, for the largest verified specimen. Due to this, it's unlikely that these cats pushed 1,100 pounds, despite what media seems to claim. Regardless, this still made the American lion the largest cat in North America at the time. In terms of appearance, their features strongly resemble living lions. The American lion had limbs that were 10% longer than African lions, and were similar in robustness to a grizzly bear. Its longer limbs may suggest that its cat was more specialized in hunting in open habitats and were possibly diurnal, unlike lions today which are nocturnal. Its skull was also thicker and relatively longer than an African lion, but otherwise they were quite similar, just bigger. It's unknown whether these cats had manes, but since their ancestors are depicted without them in cave paintings, it's fair to assume that American lions lacked them too, or at least had small manes. Remains of this cat are best known from the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, with up to 80 individuals discovered there so far. This may sound like a lot, but it's nowhere near the amount of saber-toothed and direwolves found, with the saber-toothed cat having over 2,000 specimens discovered there, and the direwolf being the most common predator at La Brea. It's thought that the American lion may have either been smart enough to avoid the tar pits, or was just rarer around them compared to other carnivores. Like most modern cats, the American lion would have been an ambush predator and preferred to hunt large herbivores. This would have included large deer, horses, camels, bison, and possibly giant ground sloths, American mastodon, and mammoths. The largest animal around was the Colombian mammoth, with males standing up to 14 feet tall and weighing over 12 tons, being even larger than African bush elephants. Due to this, fully grown adults were off the menu for these cats, so they may have preyed on the calves and juveniles of these massive behemoths. If they did hunt in prides like their modern relatives, they could have hunted these animals more regularly. Their favorite prey to hunt would have been bovines, such as both living and extinct species of bison, and the extinct bovid, Butherium. Their strategy for hunting these animals would have been similar or less similar to their living relatives. It's possible that, like the cave lion, these cats may have hunted bears too, especially when hibernating in caves, though this would have been very risky for the lions. Not only that the American lion was huge, but was also incredibly strong, with powerful forelimbs and a crushing bite. Its bite force is estimated to be more than twice as strong as a modern lion's, at 1,800 psi. This is very well demonstrated, as an amputated leg from a grey wolf was discovered from the La Brea tar pits. It's thought that an American lion was responsible due to its bite force and bone-shearing ability. It is estimated that a 350 kilo individual would have a bite force of 2,830 newtons. As mentioned before, these lions coexisted with saber-toothed cats, specifically Smilodon fatalis, which was 40% smaller than the atrox. It's thought that these cats coexisted due to niche partitioning, with Smilodon preferring closed habitats, while the American lion more commonly hunted in open habitats, along with the direwolf. However, due to isotopic studies, American lions also hunted forest-dwelling animals too, which would put it in direct conflict with the saber-tooth. Carbon isotopic evidence from the natural trap cave in Wyoming reveals that the modern pronghorn antelope was also an important food source for these cats, similar to the contemporary American cheetah. Other predators that coexisted with the American lion included the scimitar-toothed cat, Homotherium, grey wolves, coyotes, jaguars, cougars, bobcats, American black bears, and grizzly bears. Like their ancestors in the Old World, American lions coexisted and possibly interacted with humans, specifically the Native Americans. We know this as humans first arrived in the Americas roughly 30,000 years ago, and the American lion existed until roughly 12,000 years ago. Not much is known about the interactions between the two species due to limited evidence, but we do know that their sister species, the cave lion, sometimes preyed on humans and vice versa. An encounter with a pride of American lions, or even a lone individual, would strike fear in anyone. Native Americans might have also viewed these cats as symbolic, much like today's lions. The American lion was a formidable apex predator that terrorized humans and other animals throughout its range. However, these large majestic cats eventually disappeared, with the youngest remains dating to around 11,500 years ago. The extinction is heavily debated, with some arguing that it may have been due to competition with humans, climatic factors, or loss of prey base, as many large herbivores disappeared around that time. It was likely due to a combination of these factors, rather than a single one, similar to other now extinct predators. Unfortunately, the American lion is gone forever, and nothing like it exists in the Americas today, with the closest living American cat being the jaguar, the only pantherine left in the New World. For some, its extinction might be a blessing. Imagine going hiking and running into one of these cats instead of a small mountain lion. That would be terrifying indeed. Well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned a new thing or two from this video. If you did, I'd appreciate if you drop a like and comment. You can sub to this channel and check out my other videos if you want. Stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.